Stop 2, NPFL, Lake Norman. How's it gonna fish? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Steve Chapman. I've been covering bass fishing for a really long time. The National Professional Fishing League, also known as the league from here on out, will be on Lake Norman, April 16th through 18th. They're going to be launching from Blythe Landing Park. If you're interested in checking out the launch or the weigh-in, they'll have all the festivities there. This will not be like Santee Cooper. This is going to be more of a smaller cookie cutter size fish. They're going to have spotted bass, they're going to have largemouth bass. But Santee Cooper was kind of amazing. This will not be the same kind of fishery. We're going to see a lot tighter weights. There's going to be a lot of 2 and 3 pound fish compared to the super sacks we saw in Santee Cooper. In September, the BFL was out there and it took just about 30 pounds to win over 2 days. The winning angler had 1206 on the first day and 1801 on the second day. And that's a 5 fish limit, the same that what's going to happen with the NPFL. Now those anglers were allowed to use forward-facing sonar. NPFL has prohibited it and it's been a huge success for them. And these anglers will not be able to use forward-facing sonars during the tournament. The 2024 Cabela Big Bass was held around the same time last year, and the big fish was 676, and it was caught around 9 or 10 in the morning. The 2022 Bassmaster College Series was held on Lake Norman, and in March 25th through 26th, 2-day tournament, and it took 31 even to win. So we're going to see a lot of the same type of weights. A good fish of 3 pounds or an average fish of 3 pounds and catching 15 pounds a day will be spectacular for anglers and get them a check. There's lots of rocks and banks and docks for anglers to focus in on. We'll also see a lot of anglers fishing seawalls. There could be some struggle bus happening with a lot of these anglers that could be in full effect because this is not a really big fish fishery. There's probably a lot of quantity over the quality of bass. And look for swim baits or a jig and swim baits to be the baits that are reused more often. Also, the jackhammer or vibrating jig will be really prevalent for the anglers fishing. And you're going to see some anglers fishing slightly deeper than the shallow anglers. But as the day goes on and the water warms up, they'll move towards the banks. Now in 2021, and I want to read this, the Bassmaster Open was there in September. It took 40.04 to win over 3 days. You had Cliff Pace, Todd Goad, Andrew Upshaw, and Tim Frederick in that Open that also fished Lake Norman for the Bassmaster Open. So there will be some anglers that have a little bit more experience than others. But because they don't have forward-facing sonar, it's pretty much a level playing field. You're going to see dock fishing and ledge fishing and that kind of stuff. You're going to see chatterbaits and swim baits. You'll see some finesse fishing. But mostly you're going to see a lot of crankbaits and other things that anglers are using to catch fish. But again, they're not going to be giants. Someone catches a 5 or 6 pounder, you're really in good shape. I feel like 45, 48 pounds probably will win this tournament. And that is a really good average. And it's been a long time since they've had a tournament on Lake Norman. And that's because the fishing isn't outstanding. It's a great fishery, but again, it's going to be a lot of cookie cutter fish, and hopefully you can find 1 or 2 quality fish to put into your bag to help that angler win. But anglers like John Cox, Cliff Pace, Andrew Upshaw, James Watson, anglers that want to fish shallow, that want to fish a spinnerbait or a jig or a swim bait, are going to be really, really good on this tournament. And while we had a gangbuster tournament on Santee Cooper, this is going to be drastically different. But this is what the NPFL wants. They don't want it to be just all big fish. They want people to be able to compete at every stop. And hopefully they have most of the bugs worked out in their platform. Because the first tournament, while was drastically better, it wasn't great. And I know that they're committed to making sure that it's great for a fan experience. I know they're really committed to making sure it's great for the anglers, and the fans come second. But at some point in time, Not only do they need to make it for the anglers great, they also have to make it for the fans great, because if nobody's watching, nobody's going to pay. And that's part of the dilemma that all tournaments have. Where do you go? How do you get better? But again, I think they're committed to being great, and hopefully the second tournament, or this tournament on Lake Norman, they're much better. Are you watching? Who you rooting for? And what do you think? 3 questions for you. So comment below and tell me what you think. Thanks to all of you subscribers and members and everyone who's interactive on the channel. Thank you for everything. Y'all are absolutely fantastic. I really do appreciate it. If you like these kind of videos, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe and share it and tell everybody about the channel, please. But if you're not a subscriber, you should be. Just click that button. Welcome to the team, and thank you. Remember, take a kid fishing, tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.